Hi everyone, welcome to my channel Notes from the Sewing Room. My name's Becky. Today's video is all about a fabric haul that I've had in December and some last minute sewing plans that I've also got in the run up to Christmas. So please stay tuned and you'll find out about all the things I'm planning to make. Well, as I'm filming this video, we've got less than 2 weeks to go until the big day itself, and I'm finding that time is just absolutely flying by with one thing or another. And you can probably see my Labrador Bentley actually just in the background there. I think he's just asking if he can hop onto the chair. Bentley's hurt his paw, unfortunately, so he's got a little bandage on his leg at the minute, so it's going to be a few days until he's allowed to go walking again. But he's doing well in himself, so, and he's still enjoying sitting in his yellow chair as well, which is his favourite place to sit, so that's all good. Anyway, let me tell you about some bits and pieces that I'm planning on making in the run up to Christmas if I've got time. It's going to be a bit of a squeeze, I know. I'm going to have to put in a few late nights, and I'm going to really have to try and maximise those baby nap times. But I love sewing and I love making things for other people as gifts, and I suppose one of the good things about this year is we're not really going to be seeing people on Christmas Day itself or necessarily around that period, so I have probably got a little bit of extra time to try and get some of these projects done, you know, worst case scenario. So I've got quite a few things here to show you and tell you about what I'm planning on making, so let me get to it. So the first one is a lovely fabric that I got in my December So Hayley Jane subscription box. So this is actually a tartan material, so this is not something that I necessarily would have chosen for myself, but as I've received it now in my box, I'm thinking that this might make a gorgeous Christmassy type throw for my sofa. That's something that I don't actually have, and I think it's something that I could bring out like year after year. So I think this would be really nice. So I'm just going to hold this up so you can see it. It's this gorgeous red tartan with the green sort of pattern running through it. So I've actually got some robin fabric, which I was planning on using on the top and then potentially this on the back. I thought I might put some wadding in between and then maybe do a kind of quilted type design on it, but I think I'm just going to kind of let my imagination kind of run wild on the sewing machine and then kind of see what happens. But I've got a metre of this because I subscribe to the mini box. There's the mini box, the classic box and the luxury box, depending on, you know, what you kind of want to receive. But I go for the basic kind of mini box, which means that you get a metre of fabric like this. You also get 3 or 4 fat quarters, some sewing thread. So I actually got some red thread to match this, which is great. And you normally get some other kinds of sewing notions as well. So it's a really good box. I really enjoy receiving it, and it's something to kind of look forward to. It tends to come, I don't know, say around about the 10th of the month, something like that. So it's just something that I can watch out for coming in the post, and it's just something nice to, you know that you've got something coming, and yeah, it's lovely. But yeah, so I think this is going to make a lovely throw, and it's just something that I'm going to love, I think, for years to come. So I'll let you know how that goes. I'm not going to use a pattern for this one. I'm just going to, like I say, just see what happens, and I think it's going to be pretty basic really in terms of putting the fabrics together. So hopefully on my next video I'll be able to show you that. Right, the next thing is a present for my brother. So I don't think my brother actually normally watches these videos, so I think I'm fairly safe in showing you what I'm going to be making for him for Christmas. So I've actually got some cotton poplin fabric here, so I'm planning on making him some pyjama trousers. So the pattern I'm going to be using is the Quick Sew K3553. It's actually a missus type pattern, but I have made this for men in my life before. I've made it for my husband, I've also made it for my brother before, and as long as you're kind of careful on the sizes that you actually make, it's absolutely fine to make it for men as well as for women. And I feel like it sort of maximises the you know, the pattern, and it means I can make it more times really. So yeah, that's the pattern. It's a little bit creased because I've had it for quite a long time, but that's the one that I'm planning on using for this project. So like I said, I've got this cotton poplin fabric. I'm just going to hold that up so you can see. So it's actually got buses on there, it's got some little corgi dogs, it's got some post boxes and some big bends. It's kind of like a London type fabric, I suppose. I got this from Material Girl Fabrics, so they're based in Nottinghamshire. You can find them on Facebook, and they do deliver, so that's really good. So it was a fairly inexpensive fabric to actually buy, but I think it's going to be perfect for pyjama trousers. I bought 3 meters of it as it's not very wide, so I'm hoping fingers crossed that I'm going to have enough for this project, and I think my brother's going to love it. I went over to his house like before all the restrictions were in place, and I noticed that in his wash basket he's actually got some pyjama trousers that I made for him years ago, and they're looking pretty washed out and in need of a bit of love. So I just thought, why not make him some more pyjama trousers for Christmas this year? And yeah, I'm sure that he'll wear them, and I just love giving handmade wherever I can, so I'm looking forward to doing that. And it's a fairly quick project to do, I think, as well. So yeah, hopefully I've got time to do that for him, and I'm sure he'll really enjoy it. So the next thing is a fabric. I've actually already started to cut this one out, so it's actually a kind of off cut that I've got here to show you. I'm going to make my husband a t-shirt for Christmas, so I'm going to be using a pattern that's kind of like tried and tested. It's one that he really likes, so I think I'm fairly safe in using this one again. So I'm just going to reach forward and get the book. So this is from a Great British Sewing Bee book. It's the Fashion with Fabric book, and it is the men's classic t-shirt pattern that's included in the book. So it's just that one there. I've made this for him quite a few times before now. He's got a blue version, he's got a grey version. I think I actually made him a viscose one, which didn't actually go very well a while ago as well. I think that was like a light purple colour or something like that. So this time though, I'm using a cotton jersey, which again I bought from Material Girl Fabrics, and it's a lovely weight jersey fabric. It's got a nice stretch to it as well, if you can see that, but not too much. So it's a kind of medium weight jersey, and it's this lovely mustard colourway as well, which I think that Neil is really going to like. And he wears a fair amount of mustard, so he has actually got some mustard trousers, although it's probably not ideal to wear a mustard top and a mustard trousers as well, but I'm sure he'll wear it with something else. But I've actually cut this project out already. Again, it's a fairly quick project to make. I'm mainly going to do this on my overlocker, I think, rather than using my sewing machine, and then I'll probably just use a twin needle to go round the hem and possibly round the sleeve cuffs as well. Although I was actually thinking that rather than doing a twin needle on the sleeves this time, I might actually just cut out a kind of cuff section and add that on just for a little bit of different kind of interest. So we'll see how we go. But I've got a bit of fabric left over, so this might actually come in for another project in the future as well. I've not got loads there, but yeah, I could maybe sort of put it together with another fabric to maybe make a t-shirt for myself or something like that in the future. So I think that's going to be a lovely little gift as well. Now, the great thing about making pyjama trousers and t-shirts, like if you're not going to see family and friends over the Christmas period, you know, they're not very heavy to post, so you could definitely get those in the post, and you know, they'll arrive, I'm sure, in good time. So that's good. So I've got that one. The next one that I wanted to show you is again something that I'm going to make for Neil, my husband, for Christmas, and I'm going to be using this Birder pattern. So it's a super easy sweatshirt pattern. It's the 6718 pattern, so it's just that one there. Again, I've used this pattern a few times for him before. There's two different pattern variations, version A and version B, that you can make in the pattern pack. So I'm actually going to make version A, which is the one with the hood. So in the past I have actually made this for him with the neck strings, what do you call them, the kind of I can't remember, you know, the strings that go through the hoodie. But he doesn't really like them, so I'm just going to leave that bit out this time. In fact, on one of the versions that I've made for him, he's actually pulled it out, so there was kind of no point in me putting it in the first place. So you can actually have a pocket on the front as well, which is kind of like a little hand pouch at the front. So I have done that for him before, but to be honest, he tends to just fill it with all kinds of like rubbish, like from around the house. Like when I'm doing the washing, I tend to find like all sorts of bits and pieces in there, bits of old string and bits of sweet wrappers and things that he's been eating during the day and like all sorts. So I'm not going to put a little pocket on the front this time because it's just a bit of a nuisance for him anyway. So yeah, I'm going to make the hoodie version A, and I'm going to be using this lovely sweatshirt fabric. So I bought this fabric from eBay. I will put down in the comment section below exactly where I got it from in case you wanted to have a look for yourself. So it was described as a premium sweatshirt jersey, and it's got a lovely, lovely soft fleecy back to it, which I think is going to be super snuggly to wear at this time of the year, and I think it would work out really well for a sweatshirt like this. So it's actually a burgundy colour, so I'm just going to hold this up so you can see. I've bought 2 meters of it, and it's actually, for a sweatshirt jersey, it has actually got a bit of stretch to it as well, which is quite nice, because I know that some sweatshirt jerseys I've used before have been a little bit on the stiff side and not necessarily had that much stretch to them. So I think this one's going to be really comfortable to wear, and I think it's just going to look really nice with other things that he's got in his wardrobe, and I think it'll look really nice against his skin tone as well. I've got 2 meters of this, so it should be absolutely fine to make this project. There should be loads there, and hopefully I'll have a little bit left over. If I have got a little bit left over, I'm hoping to make baby William a little cardigan or a little jumper as well, but we'll have to wait and see. To be honest, I am running fairly short on time, so I might not actually have enough time before Christmas, but if I have got some fabric left over, potentially in the new year, I might make William something to wear then instead. So, but that's all I've got to show you today. So I hope you've enjoyed watching my fabric haul and learning about my fabric sewing plans in the run up to Christmas. Do let me know what you're making at the moment, and if you're doing any last minute sewing gifts or sewing things for yourself or for friends or family or whatnot. I do love to hear from you, so do leave me a comment below and let me know what you thought of this video and what you're making as well. So until next time, I shall leave it there. Thank you so much for watching. If you have enjoyed watching this video, then please do hit that like button and subscribe to my channel. I do really appreciate everyone that tunes in week after week to see what I'm up to. So until next time, I shall say see you soon. Bye.